Hi, and welcome to Creative Pizzazz. This is Leslie. I finally finished the mini album. This is going to be my dollar bin mini album. And the things that I did not buy in the dollar bin was this trim here, although it was 49 cents a yard at the fabric store. This want to scrap bling flourish here. This was $1.29 from wanttoscrap.com. Let's see. These are Jolie's bling pearls in the pale pink, and they were not in the dollar bin. They were in clearance, and they thought a couple of them were missing. They were actually just underneath the paperwork, and so they had it marked down to $1.99 on clearance, and then it was marked down to $1 because they thought some of them were missing. So that was just an awesome find that I found. This green ribbon is a dollar roll of ribbon from Michael's that was just outside the store in one of those big baskets that they have, and it was $1 for 15 yards, and I love it. And then this is seam binding, which is $1 a yard, and I think that actually comes from Wild Orchid Crafts. So pretty much everything I got, I paid $1 for or less, and it was just a matter of using the products. Okay, so this is my dollar store mini, and let me get it arranged here. It went together really fast. The whole plan, everything went well. I didn't have any problems with the actual design of the album. Okay, that starts with a piece of poster board that I used for the front cover. I stamped it. This is the background stamp. I used it throughout. It's a script stamp from Stampin' Up. This is the word blessings from a butterfly Count Your Blessings. It has 3 butterflies on it. It was from the dollar bin from Michael's. And the ink that I used is it's a moss color from Stampin' Up. So anyway, it was something I had in my stash. These flowers come from Michael's from the dollar bin. These were a pack of pink and white. I used all the flowers from the stack. This is a piece of white cardstock that I had in scrap. I couldn't cut any cardstock. I had to use scrap for everything. Just challenging myself a little bit. And I took a piece and I rubbed some of the ink over it in the green, and then I punched it out using a flower punch that I had that had these large petals, and I just cut them. I added texture to these to give them a little bit of dimension by placing them on a foam pad and then rubbing them with my stylus. So that's the front cover. Here's the inside of the front cover. These pearls came in a little packet for $1 from Michael's. It's been a while back when flatback pearls were first, getting started. Some more flowers. Okay, and then each page is a note card, and I showed you the envelopes are pink, and then the note cards had this as the front, and then it was it folded, and there was a white piece of cardstock in the back. So I cut them in half, and I put one part here, and as you see, I had to trim down this part so that it could slide in without interfering with the binding. And this one, all I did was I rounded the corners. I added 2 stamps on the back. This is a dollar bin stamp that I picked up at Michael's just recently. And then I used Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher to attach scraps of, this is crocheted lace from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up's got really good prices on this crocheted lace. This is 3/8 inch, and they've got a 5/8 inch, and it's like $6.95 for 15 yards. So that's a really good price. And it's so dainty, it's cute. So pictures can go on the front and the back of this, or some journaling, whatever, and then of course, a picture here too. On the back of this, I just left the envelope plain, but I used a dollar stamp from Michael's. And then this is a punch from Stampin' Up. It punches 3 of these. I did some dimension using the stylus and a foam pad. I added pink to them using Pretty in Pink Stampin' Up ink on the white cardstock. This was scrap white cardstock. I added a little bit of green to the edges to give them some shadow. I don't think you can, maybe you can see that a little bit. And I added those on. Now, I had no idea what to put in the center. I have debated about that for a while. I don't have any pearls that are tiny enough. I tried to strip some off of some other things, and it was just a big, flop. I didn't want to use bling because I don't have bling anywhere else in the project, so I don't know. Both of my kids, both of my daughters said that they think they should just be left plain, no centers. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think about that. The next page, again, all the fronts are exactly the same. They use one of the pink flowers from that dollar pack, a half back pearl, and flat back pearl, and then every one of the tags are the same. I stamped in the moss ink, and then I stamped it in the pink ink on top, like those were the blooms out of the bushes, maybe. It's just a kind of impressionistic look, but I really like the way that's shabby chic. So here is the next one. This is a dollar stamp also from Michael's, Inspire. I just like that. It would be great with a picture here. The next one, and the tags alternate between this organza pale pink ribbon here and the crocheted lace, because I had to use scraps. That was my challenge, and that's all I had. And so here's one that says Believe, and it has the flowers there too. And then the next pages do the same thing again, just repeating the stamps and the same design, and that way it was easier to do, and since I was using scraps, it was simple to coordinate. This is a piece that came off the back of a stamp that I got in the dollar bin somewhere, but it's part of the packaging, but the colors were muted and in the same tones as the note cards and the inks that I was using, and so I thought it would be a great mat for this page. I like the way the lines ran horizontal with the wording in the background as well. Another one of the flowers, I didn't want to use another one of the flatback pearls or the Jolie's bling, so I snipped a brad and just put the center of a brad there since it was the back page. And then I have nothing on the back because I'll just sign my name down there at the bottom and date it if I decide to give it to somebody. And then I just added the seam binding to this book ring. So the binding was the biggest issue. That the mini album came together really quickly. I used 6 cards, 6 envelopes, but there's actually 12 in the package, and it just once I decided, hey, I'm going to use these flowers and these pearls, and that's what I was doing. I'm going to use this on the front cover. It really went together quickly. I think a couple of hours total, and that was choosing the products and everything. So it was a good project, but the binding was a pain. First of all, I need to tell you that I hate eyelets. I hate them. I always have. I always avoid using them. Jumbo eyelets I have no problem with because they do what they're supposed to, which is roll. But most of the time when I use an eyelet, it crimples the paper, it breaks, let's see, it makes a mess, just doesn't, look at this one. That's just awful. I hate those. So I was going to do jumbo eyelets, but the tags were going to hit them, and I had already cut the tags down. I had already cut a good 1/4 inch off of every one of these tags, so I didn't want to have to do that again. And so I had to go with these mini eyelets, just the regular size eyelets. And then I had tested it, and the book ring that I chose, which is this little book ring here, it actually would go through the eyelets. When I installed the eyelets, though, they no longer would go through. Some of them it would go through, and some of them it wouldn't. Because the eyelets all ended up different. So I was just so frustrated. Went and had supper, came back, looked at it again, and I decided, okay, I'll do it with jump rings. And I really like the way it came out. This is something I'm going to have to remember. I used a large jump ring. The front cover and the back cover, the hole went in a little bit further because, they are the cover, so that it would be centered with the pages. So I had to nip the corner so it would lay right. But you don't need to pay attention to that. I used a jump ring coming out of the hole, and then I had to add another smaller one so that the pages would hang properly on the book ring. If I did not do that, then the book ring is going to be trying to go through the wrong way into those, and so that wouldn't be right. So anyway, there you have it. There's my little dollar bin mini, and I challenge you to use your dollar bin items, whatever it is that you got. You picked up 3 or 4 dollar bin items, use those to make a mini and see what you come up with. And don't forget these little packets, especially when there's packets of 12 or they're fairly good size, 4 and 5, 6 inches note cards, and you get 5 or 6 to the pack with them, or like in this case, you got 12 note cards and 12 envelopes. So I can make 2 of these minis, for less than $5, because I have plenty of these left. I have plenty of the flat back pearls left. I have tons of this left. Of course the stamps, of course this trim and the ribbon. The only thing that I need another pack of is these flowers, but I could always use something else. I have more of them in other colors from another dollar bin situation. So there we go. I just wanted to stop in and let you see. Thank you all for stopping by. Thanks.